Welcome to another episode of Becoming Limitless. Today I'm joined by Laetitia Martins, and what is particularly exciting about having this next guest today is the intersection of feminine beauty, wellness, and overall health. She is a serial entrepreneur. She is incredibly talented, and she's opened just a space that is exclusively for women that seems amazing. So I wanted to have her on the show and talk a little bit about that and get to know her a little bit. Welcome, Leticia.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you for finding the time for being
here. Thank
here.
you for having me.
I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
So I want to jump right into it. Womanly.
Yes.
So tell me about it.
So it's pretty clear from the name.
Yeah, right?
We have the question though sometimes, like, do you do men as well?
Yes.
Like, unfortunately, no. So womanly is actually was born from me as a woman, but me as a client, and also from all the clients that I had. So I started doing lymphatic drainage massage and face massage. So I had a lot of clients, and I was talking to them, and just like identified in wellness, the wellness industry in Dubai, like some gap that I identified. So women want to have more natural results, and at the same time, the industry is very dynamic in Dubai,
right,
as you know. But we do have a lot of the same things, or it's either you have a lot of aesthetic clinics and you have this quick fix, or you have the more like the clinical spaces.
Right.
So I wanted to have something in the middle, something where we can basically talk about wellness concepts, but in a more simple way. So we don't feel intimidated by that, or we also feel like we are not taken care of as a woman. So it can be also perceived as it's generic concepts, but it's not applied for women. So I wanted a space celebrating women, celebrating femininity in a modern way, and where we can talk about topics for women and also offer treatments and rituals and experiences tailored for women.
Amazing. And the space is very dynamic as far as I know. Obviously, I haven't been there for obvious reasons. But you know, what I've noticed from the research that we've done and what you told me about it, it's like more than just lymphatic drainage, and like there's more involved, right, in the space.
Yes. So the starting point from my career, I would say, is the lymphatic drainage massage, and it's also to me it should be the basic, the foundation of everything.
Right.
What I usually say to my clients: no flow, no glow. So they come with expectation. I want a glow. I want to cellulite. I want this. I want this. And I always go back to the basic, which is the lymphatic drainage and the lymphatic drainage massage. But obviously, a single treatment won't fix also anything.
Right.
So it's about consistency, commitment, but it's also about rituals and experiences that bring us together as women, as community of women. So the idea was to gather and socialize as a community of women, get inspired, feel connected. That's why we have this wellness lounge area where we also organize events, workshop, masterclass. We have a curated selection of natural products. We have the treatment rooms where we do lymphatic drainage massage, face massage. And it's also about reset and recovery. So reset and recovery, it's not something we talk quite often. It's under, how do we say, estimated or not talked about enough. And the idea was to also focus on that. So you have the dream machine, which is resetting your nervous system. You have the infrared sauna, because I believe heat for women is actually better. So we have this
100%.
This recovery room, I would say. And so it's about, reset. It's about moving as well. We have actually a mindful movement studio, and we don't do only classes. So the idea is to focus also on female strength, female body and mobility. So we do specific classes for that. So I think, yeah, it's pretty much 360 and integrative wellness, and all in one roof.
Amazing. And it's all around community, right?
Yeah.
So the whole idea is that women feel, they belong to a community of wellness and well-being, right? And in general.
It's a key component of womanly, the sense of belonging, the rituals, being able to talk, share in a safe, I have very intimate moments with my clients, and sometimes they come and they naturally feel, grounded, they feel safe, and they want to talk about certain topics.
Right.
We go through a lot as women. We have a lot of changes. We live a lot of transformations, and, from the teenager phase, from motherhood, pre and post partum. I went through also a post-depression after giving birth. And then you have the perimenopause and the menopause phase. So women need to talk about those topics. And the idea of also to have womanly is to talk about those topics, but not in an intimated way or from a health point of view.
Right.
So of course, at the end of the day, we're talking about health topics, but it's also prevention, integrative wellness through alternative routes. So it's basically sustainable routines and rituals.
Sharing information in general,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And we have experts coming as well to do some talks, and women
awesome.
can
discover
women can discover more about themselves and gut hormones, and also I like the spiritual world, so sometimes we can organize circles for women to just talk. We celebrate the natural rhythm for our body. We follow the energy, the cycles, and everything. So, yeah.
That's
amazing. We do
amazing.
things a bit differently.
Yeah, so I obviously was not aware of all of this. I think I had a general idea, but this is it's incredible. It's even better than I thought, which is amazing. So congratulations
you should have the
again.
Same for men one day.
For men, right? Yeah, yeah. So I think men, it's more difficult for us to find a place where we're able to share our feelings and do all of that. So there's a lot more focused on women for that for some reason. I know this is changing, obviously. This is generalization, of course. But a manly place would be your next bit, maybe. I don't know. That would be an awesome contrast.
Yeah, we should have actually more emotional intelligence.
When it comes to
we have it naturally as women. We should have it as well.
Men should strengthen it for sure.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you. I want to go back a little bit to lymphatic system and lymphatic drainage. Now, obviously, you feel very strongly and you're very passionate about this, and you spent a large section of your life working on that. And I talk about the lymphatic system and the glymphatic system all the time in a lot of the stuff that I do. But I'd love to hear, and for everyone to to hear you talk about it and educate them a little bit. Well, why is it so important to take care of our lymphatic system, and what are the ways to activate it? I mean, obviously, one is massage, because, and there's a second part to that question. My clients tell me that they're going for lymphatic drainage, and they would go to spas and whatever, and I'm thinking that's necessarily so I'd love for you to touch on that, because that's my feeling, that this is not lymphatic drainage, so and then there is the Brazilian one, and there's a Russian one, and there's this and that, and I feel that it's no one, like generally people that are looking for lymphatic drainage, they're not quite sure what is it exactly. So I would love your guidance on that, for me and for everyone else.
Yeah, sure, and it's actually a very good point. So first, going back to what is lymphatic drainage, and actually the lymphatic system is the main system. It's what keeps us alive. So we need this lymphatic drainage massage to actually boost. So the system has no pump naturally like the heart, so we need to activate it manually. Why is it important to take care of our system? Is because it takes all the dirt away. So lymphatic system is a natural
detoxifier.
It's a detox for the body. It's also good for immune system, metabolism. So we are talking here mostly about women, right? So for us, we have a lot of inflammation in our body. So hormonal changes, stress, we take a lot. So we have, you know, the workload, the stress, anxiety, the cycles, hormones. And we need to, quite often, but then it depends from a woman to another woman, we need to activate the lymphatic system to clean, detox. So that's the main function. Mm-hmm. So I do it manually. We have different ways to do it. Manually, with a massage is the most efficient way. Then you have the traditional one, the classic one from the technique from Dr. over there, usually performed by physiotherapists, for instance, and they will focus on the legs. It's not as efficient, so I do more the Brazilian technique. Actually, the Brazilian technique activates the lymph nodes throughout the entire body, and it's very dynamic. So it's gentle and dynamic. So I do believe in non-toxic, non-invasive, and painless techniques. So everything we do at Womanly is according to those principles, and also sustainable routines.
Because some of these massages can be painful, right? In some places.
So I will stay away from, if you see that one day you booked for a lymphatic drainage massage and it was super painful and you had bruises, then it's a big red flag, I would say, because the lymphatic system is at the surface of the body.
Right.
So you don't need to have like a deep massage to activate it. So it should be dynamic yet gentle. So you should not feel any pain unless you have edema, really swollen legs, and it's heavy and painful. Some areas can be not so comfortable, or sometimes we are super bloated, so it can feel uncomfortable, but it should never be painful.
Right.
And as you mentioned earlier, in Dubai, we have a lot of everything.
Yes, that's true.
And we have a lot of places claiming they do lymphatic drainage massage. And when you actually do it, it's not
just
that.
A massage.
It's just a massage, or it's what they call like this cellulite massage, because it's very trendy, it's very marketing, and all women are concerned about cellulite. So they will be very happy. But then you just traumatize the cells of your body. So I will really, really stay away from that. Do your research, ask for, maybe like, what's the technique? If there is no technique, then it's also a red flag.
Yeah, what should they be looking for?
What's the technique?
Okay. And what would that look like if they say this or one way or the other?
So usually if it's not a lymphatic drainage massage, they will say it's going to remove your cellulite. It's a body shaping massage.
Okay.
Body shaping, I'm not against it, but again, we need to go back to the basics, and the starting point is the lymphatic drainage massage. So I always advise women to detox as much as possible for a couple of sessions, and then you can try other techniques more deep for the cellulite, for stubborn areas, I would say. And so a massage should start by activating the lymph nodes. So you have lymph nodes everywhere, but like you have here, you have underneath the knees. So if you see that the practitioner is not activating any lymph nodes, then it's not a lymphatic drainage massage. And a full body massage is always better. So if you stimulate only the legs, we are a whole, we are a system.
One system, yeah.
Yeah, so we cannot just like consider only the legs.
Right.
It has to be everywhere.
Right.
At least the body, and then the face can be separate. So I do the face separately as well when I do treatments.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even think of the face, which is
Yeah, so it's just small areas, and we have a lot of concentration of lymph nodes.
Of course.
So here, actually the eyes. So if you have really puffy eyes, then you just need a good drainage here as well, where you have the clavicule, submental. So we have a lot of lymph nodes here. We carry a lot of dirt and bacteria and toxins around the body, but also on the face. So later on, I developed my own technique actually for the face.
Oh, really?
For this reason, yeah.
Oh, nice. That's amazing.
Yes.
I'm learning so much today. As you said, the lymphatic system does not have a pump, so it needs help.
Yeah.
In general, what happens with the lymphatic system is that when you move, this is what causes it to open up, right? So that's why activity is so important. Movement, exercise in general is so important, because it plays an important role in keeping the lymphatic system healthy. The massage comes for those that perhaps don't move so much, or even if they move, it will still be beneficial for them to give their lymphatic system an extra boost for it to detox the body properly. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, correct. So you have different ways to activate and as long as you move, you activate your system. But you activate it only on a very limited way. So muscle contraction is good, walking is good, breathing, we underestimate breathing.
Breathing, yeah.
But breathing is also very important. The massage is there is also a kind of a global thinking about lymphatic drainage is only for people who need it. So people who need it is pregnant women, or I have a poor circulation, I have too much water retention. Of course, this is good for those people, but everyone should have a lymphatic drainage, men and women.
That was my next question.
Yeah, we need to activate it. It's not enough. As you say, there is no pump. So it's always better to give this extra push. The lymphatic drainage massage will be your kind of new best friend, your ally, to give this extra push, because it's not enough to just move. Some people, and often women, unfortunately, have a weaker system, so they need more manual activation.
Right.
But it should be part of a routine, a self-care routine, in a very, sustainable way, because we are counting on the long-term results. So it's not a quick fix. After one session, you feel much lighter, but it's not, a quick fix. The more you do it, the more your body becomes also more aware and is able to detox on its own and do it more often and more efficiently. So at first you will need a couple of sessions on a weekly basis, for instance, and then you can have like once a month, because your body is trained, basically.
So it becomes more flexible.
Yeah, exactly.
The system, right?
The more you do it, the better. Actually.
Right. Yes. And it works in one direction, right? The valve, like sort of the way the system works, it has a particular direction. So when you're massaging, you massage in a certain way.
Always.
To flow with it, right?
Exactly. I do bespoke and personalized massage for the face, but the body, I'm like, it's not like I'm a robot, but I follow the protocol.
Yeah.
And of course, depending on the areas, you can focus on some areas, but you always have to activate it the same way. And it always starts with the legs, for instance, and we always go from the bottom to the heart. And something we can do at home as well to help is have the legs up the wall. So you see that the lymph and the blood and the fluid is always going up,
right,
towards the heart. You can also do dry brushing, and it's the same effect. So you dry brush from the bottom of the legs, and you go up from the legs to the heart.
Towards the heart, yeah.
So you always follow the same way.
Technique, yeah. Okay, that's also many people don't know that. I know for a fact that lots of places that do a lymphatic drainage massage, they don't do that. It's very important piece of information about there is a method and there is a direction to it, and there is a place to start and a place to end.
Exactly.
And it's not that whatever else they're doing is bad, but it's not necessarily lymphatic drainage. Most massages, at some level, they do a little bit of lymphatic drainage, but if you focused only on your lymphatic system, there's a way for it, and it should be a place like yours that does it professionally. Yeah,
exactly. You have different techniques, and sometimes you even have massage or treatments activating the lymph nodes and activating the lymphatic system. It's great. Then it's just different from a lymphatic drainage massage. So there is a lot of ways to activate the system, and then you have the lymphatic drainage massage.
Is it okay for someone who's pregnant to have lymphatic drainage?
Yes, and it's actually highly recommended.
Oh, really? Amazing.
Pre and post. It's just like we usually wait the first 3 months, because
right, of course, yeah.
we don't do anything the first 3 months.
Of course. Yeah.
We just wait
yes.
for the nausea to stop. And then we go back to our life. We stock a lot. We do have a lot of fluids, and also the third trimester we have a lot of blood. So it's part of the process, totally normal. But then you have edema around the knees, around the legs, and it became
swollen legs and things like that. Yeah,
it becomes painful. So we need to have some help. So I had the privilege of having so many pregnant women, and after pregnancy as well. I had the women dealing with fertility issues, and guide them and help them. So it's then becomes more than just an lymphatic drainage massage. Is how to really support and help women throughout those changes. And
because it feeds into everything else, right? Even mood swings, because when the body is healthier, everything else becomes a little healthier too.
Exactly, and it regulates the hormonal
exactly. So your mood improves and other things like that. So you notice I'm itching to ask this. Is it good for both men and women? Should both sexes do it?
They should both do it for different purpose. We do have, as women, we have more water retention, blood circulation. It's good for high performers as well, male and female bodies. When you practice a lot sports and you do it on a professional way, it's really important. Men definitely need it. They also need to boost their immune system. They need to improve their metabolism. Sometimes you can feel also bloated.
Of course.
So it's actually very good for the digestive system.
Yeah.
So if the only thing is, like, you have a lot of places in Dubai who do it for women.
But nowhere for men.
Spas, or you go to a physio.
You have to actually ask for it. Like, it's not offered. For women,
and
it's
spas,
like,
they don't really do lymphatic anyway.
Not really. Not really.
It's relaxation.
So it's always the way that it's advertised. It's mainly for women.
Yeah.
So
there is something to do.
It's sad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's sad to hear that
that
men are not being offered that service too. Obviously, our systems are very different, but they're also very, very much the same.
Exactly.
Quick question. Vibration plates, yes or no?
Vibration plate, yes.
Yes? Okay, good.
For women or
for both, I think, right?
Isn't for both.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
So it does activate the lymphatic system too.
Again, it activates. So everything
not in the same way.
Yeah. As long as we have these things on a daily basis that helps activating, is good.
Yeah.
For actually going back to your previous question, what you can do for male, it's not a massage, but you have the
compression boots.
Yeah. This helps.
Yeah, they're our favorites. Usually our guests have them. I sometimes have them too on the show, and I have them daily anyway at home.
Exactly.
And at Restore. So they're super popular. They're the #1 seller, and they work on so many different things. But one of them is lymphatic drainage, and I just feel energized when I do them. It's because it just moves the fluid around. Part of the show, as we discussed before the show, is that would be about the entrepreneurial aspect of wellness, right? And I know you've been involved in so many things, and you obviously set up this amazing, beautiful space of yours. What advice would you give? Because I'm loving how dynamic our space is, and how many amazing individuals like yourself are building these amazing ideas. But for someone starting new that want to do something exciting in wellness, what would be your advice to them, especially in Dubai, obviously?
My advice, whatever your competition is doing, you just do the opposite. We tend to open the same places, and then there is no personality. And so womanly is definitely, for instance, the results of whatever is out there. We are not doing it. So the concept, the vibe, the aesthetic of the place, it's very bold. So if I am able to give an advice, I don't know then if
No,
if
that's a solid
someone wants
advice.
to listen to a newcomer in the entrepreneur
No, you've
field.
gone through it, right? You've gone through the licensing, you've gone through finding
Yeah,
a
so it's very
place, you've gone
challenging.
through,
Yeah, it's
right?
very challenging. And the second advice probably will be don't give up. It's very basic and it sounds like, okay, one more about
No, it's
don't
very
give up.
valid.
But it's actually true. So when you have this vision, this purpose, because it should be driven by this, not by trend, marketing, or business. It's possible, but it's better if it comes from, a purpose and a vision. Then you really need to work toward that goal, obviously, and you will have many, many, many challenges, but just like keep going. I'm still, to be also very honest with you, I'm at the beginning. The place opened 3 months ago, so I do have a lot of challenges. And I just see the end of the tunnel, the long-term project, and I just know that it will work.
Obviously, because it comes from a place of passion and now that's I think it's a solid advice, and I think it applies to almost anywhere in the world. It's just people here need a little bit more encouragement, because it can be challenging, it can be frustrating at times, but it's all about not giving up, and it's all about kind of sticking with your vision and do something special and not wait for another big brand to come in and do it. Like there's so many amazing people with amazing ideas that need to be encouraged to be more involved in the space.
And especially women, sometimes we can feel like, it happens to me as well. So this project was in my mind for 3 years before it came to life. And then, I became pregnant and I had my baby, so I needed to recover.
Of course.
And then I put this project on the side, and then I realized, but this project is too big for me, so then I need a partner. And then I was talking to a few good friends, and they were saying to me, like, you don't need anyone, you have everything, just do it. And then you need to have this confidence. Sometimes we have this syndrome as women, like, oh, I cannot do it, or it's too big for me, why people will come to my place, why people will come to me. We need to find this strength, this this inner power. Not necessarily in a very strong way. We can just keep our softness. We don't need to become men and be very strong about it. It's just like, believe that what you are bringing the table is good, is worth it, it's different, and and then you can do it. Everybody can do it. So it took 3 years for me, but it happened. At the end of the day, it happened.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And again, the place is beautiful, and obviously from what I've seen, and your passion comes across even in the space itself and the design itself. And that's why I was so keen to meet you and talk about this and really highlight the importance of the lymphatic system and the lymphatic drainage in general and what it means to everyone. I really want to thank you for being here. This has been awesome.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much. This has been an exciting conversation, and good luck, and let's work on Manly.
Exactly. Coming soon.
Yes, coming soon. Well, here you go,
so
guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you next time.